What up, everybody, and welcome to Drop and Give Me 20. Your boy had COVID, but now I'm back. Let's start the show. Hey, everybody, welcome to Drop and Give Me 20 with Phil Riston. I am Phil Riston. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on a podcast, make sure to rate that shit 5 stars. Leave a nice little review for your boy. You know, help me out. First off, I just want to say thank you so much for being so patient. This, that, and the third. Blah 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 blah. Your boy caught the Omarion. Okay, it is not a myth. It is not just a former member of B2K. All right, it is not just a former R&B singer who had a hit song called Icebox that everybody loves. All right, Omarion is a very, very dangerous variant of COVID-19, and I know that because for the last 2 weeks I've been living in fucking hell. Oh my God, it was fucking terrible, man. I was out for a few days, knocked the fuck out. Finally, I've gotten back to everything, finally picking back up with the old podcast. I had to take a break. I know. You guys have been waiting for a while. You guys are, I trust me, I was getting fan mail, okay? I was starting to get, people were sending pictures of me, surveillance of my house because they were so upset that this podcast wasn't coming out. I get it. I know. You know what I mean? You have a black guy in a beautiful V-neck shirt. What's not to love? Okay, you have a guy doing 20 minutes on a podcast about anything. It has no direction. All right. We could be talking about hip hop one day. You could be talking about, Harvey Weinstein the next day. It has no direction, and that's what the people love. I'll tell you right now, if you watch any YouTube videos, they're talking about how on the YouTube algorithm it likes how you don't go in any discernible path. All right, the algorithm loves that. I'm telling you right now, podcasters love that. No direction, go anywhere, do whatever you like. The world is your oyster. Look at this. I even got a little fan over here. I got a cat. Kissing him because I'm not afraid to be vulnerable, okay? You got a black man up here who is, open, all right? He has a heart, all right? I'm doing a lot of things out here that a lot of your average podcast hosts aren't necessarily doing. All right, get it. Ow, fuck, ow. I thought I was going to push him. That hurt more than I thought. I was trying to push him off me. Long story short, I'm glad to be back, guys. Glad to be back. I have felt a little bit better with the COVID. I'm still a little bit fatigued. I don't know if it's, the COVID or if it's just my life and I'm just broken now. You know what I mean? Because I got rid of COVID about like a week ago. I even went to the doctor. Because I've been just weak. I've just been tired, fatigued, just exhausted. I went to the doctor thinking it was a tapeworm. Turns out I'm just 30 years old. Who would have known? I'm just fucking tired, man. It's crazy, though. I have been doing more shows. I've gotten tested and stuff, so I'm fine. I don't have COVID, I'm just tired. I guess I've just... all that staring into the void, helps you really break a sweat. It'll burn some calories, I guess. I have been performing a lot, though, recently. And it's so funny. I made that joke about being old. And I had somebody come up to me after and be like, you're not that old. You're only like 30 years old. And it's like, I get that, but the jokes are working. So shut the fuck up and let me collect this cash. Okay? That's not true. I mean, I barely get paid for comedy. Most of us barely get paid. But hey... if I can turn that $25 into $50 in that night, shut your goddamn mouth, okay? These jokes are hitting, baby. These jokes are hitting, and I don't want to stop, all right? I'm like Iron Mike in the 90s. Left, right, killing it, all right? Don't fucking break me down with how I'm not that old, all right? I'm trying to do jokes about the demographic that I'm in. We're not old, but we feel older, all right? So how about you have some empathy, sir? Guy who met me at Stand Up New York on a fucking Thursday, who's obviously a fan of the podcast, Guy, that was, fuck that guy, 2022, one of my New Year's resolutions was letting things go. And it seems like I've already failed. But no, I don't know. I have been doing a lot of bits about getting older and being older, and I don't know what it is. I think I think it is like a physically getting older. I used to be in my 20s, but I don't know. I think I just like, it's something deeper than that. It's about, like, I've been thinking about death. I've been thinking about getting older, but I also think I just really can't wait till I get to be an age where no one expects anything of you. You know what I mean? I think that's what it is. I think that's why I'm so obsessed with, like, making jokes about being older, feeling older, all this stuff like that. It's just like, I just want to get to that point where no one expects anything of you, Because there's a threshold. Everybody acts like, no matter age ain't nothing but a number. That's not fucking true. There's clearly a barrier. I don't know what it is. It's like you get over 65 and nobody gives a shit how you act, what you say, If you're over 35, people treat you like how they used to treat comedians in the 80s, where they're like, it's just a joke. It's just a joke. That's just who he is. It's a joke. God. If I was over 65, I could do the best comedy of my entire fucking life. I swear to God. I also think that's why, politicians get to ruin the country so much, is because they're all fucking old and nobody expects anything out of anybody who's older anymore. Like, nobody, once you're in your 60, 70, nobody gives a shit. So it's like all these people can still fly by. And the thing is, nobody gives a shit, but at the same time, you still give a shit because you're you. You're just fucking old. You know what I mean? And the world, it doesn't seem to care anymore, but you still have all your old fucking thoughts that you had when you were 22, and now you're fucking 70, Like, it's almost ridiculous. Like, someone needs to hide, like, they need to, like, lock away, like, old people, because the damage that these people can cause is fucking insane. I can't imagine it. Just being 70, and you're just like, the world's passing you by, and you're just like, yeah, I got a lot of time, and this new world scares me, so time to piss in the punch. And that's basically what happens. They start voting all crazy. They get on fucking Facebook saying all sorts of insane shit. They always rally behind the craziest fucking one. Even on the Democratic side, it's ridiculous too. It's like Bernie Sanders, the most talented, the Tony Stark of old people, by the way. The most intelligent old guy. I fucking know. But it's like old people are so fucking like worn down by shit and just so like bitter and in their own ways of like non-forward thinking that they're just like, yeah, I'm voting for Biden because there's no way this guy can actually exist. I see him and I hear him and he's been around the whole time, but no. I'm going to pick the old guy with the pulled back face who sniffs ladies' hair because that's America, baby. Ugh. What was I supposed to be talking about? This is a weird podcast already. Oh, my God. Ghislaine Maxwell finally lost her trial, which is crazy because I thought she was going for the white lady defense. And the white lady defense pretty much always works. I think the one problem with her white lady defense is the white man she was blaming it on was already dead. You know what I mean? And they already killed him when he was on suicide watch. So they need like a sacrificial lamb to like stay there, and just like deal with shit and just take it all on the chin. And apparently this media heiress is the one to do it. You love to see it. Finally, some weird backwater fucking baby blood back deal. Epstein Island fucking people are getting some sort of punishment. This is nice. You know what I mean? I'm not going to lie. I mean, but for everything that goes well, there's a give and a take. I mean, Ghislaine Maxwell, she's going to be sentenced. But I did also learn that The Rock has a rap song out right now. Did you guys know this? Did you seen this? You heard about this? The Rock, you know, he has a rap song with rapper Tech Nine, who's been dead for like 2 years now, by the way. So they took Tech Nine's catalog and they let the Rock rap over it. Okay. And I'll just say this. Maybe we've been supporting this man a little bit too much. I love Terramana. You know, the dude's making tequila. He's on fucking Moana. He's fucking, you know, on the highest grossing Netflix movie in the world. And, of course, I mean, you can't even blame him. After all that, that's just a resume in the last, 2 years? After all that, of course he thinks he can be on a rap album. Of course he thinks he can. Who the fuck are we to tell him he can't? We've given him everything, you know. That's why I like that. You know, I've been on Twitter because you know I hate my life and I want to make it worse. And I was on Twitter looking at the trending topics, and they said that The Rock called Vin Diesel manipulative because supposedly Vin Diesel was trying to tell people that The Rock would be in their newest Fast and the Furious movie, and The Rock has notably said that he does not want to do any more Fast and the Furious movies. So he called him manipulative for trying to trick the fans into basically almost like thinking that The Rock is now a liar, which, you know, he calls it manipulative. I call it being a good friend, okay? I think Vin Diesel himself, as somebody who has also ventured into the music industry, does not want to see his friend hurt by the negative opinions of the world, okay? He's just looking out for his old movie buddy. All right, and he goes, I need this guy to get a check, all right? You know, he's going to fail musically, but, you know, I want him to get a check. I want him to feel supported. I want him to feel loved, all right? So he tells everybody, hey, he's going to be in the next movie to try and distract him from the rap shit. You know what I mean? And yes, yeah, maybe it's slightly manipulative, but it's coming from a good place, all right? Vin Diesel, he's not trying to tear you down. He's just trying to slowly bring you down a notch. That's out of love. It's out of love. We all need friends like that. We all need friends like that who will trick us into destroying our passion project because they know our passion project is fucking idiotic. Okay? I wish I had a friend to bust through this door and ruin this podcast. But here I am again, on my lonesome. All right? Just doing what I can to survive. Oh, my God. Yeah, man. The Rock has a rap album. You know, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. What can we say? Oh, man. What else has been going on? Kevin Sorbo was popping out on fucking Twitter. That guy, I don't know if you guys, if anybody's ever looking for like a pick-me-up, I mean, I know 2021 was pretty rough. 2022, I don't think it's going to be much different. So if you ever need like a pick-me-up, something to make you feel good, something to make you be like, thank God I'm not that guy, follow, please, I am urging you to follow Kevin Sorbo on fucking Twitter. Please follow this man. If you don't know who Kevin Sorbo is, he is the former Hercules. He, you know, from like fucking WB. Yeah, WB, like Hercules and Xena and all that shit. He was Hercules. And apparently he still thinks he's Hercules because all he's doing is talking shit about vaccines, talking shit about COVID and how it's not real. He's like a huge like red stater guy, which, you know, for a while I was like, Hercules, no. But then you look at him and you're like, yeah, this totally fits. You're like a tall, good-looking white guy with like long, kind of like sandy blonde hair, you know, and that can go one of two very distinct ways. You can be the super chill, like surfer guy, or you can be the guy who's here to rebuild America in your image, not just ideologically, physically. You know, you can either be the fun, like chill, hang loose guy, or the, you know, we are the master race guy. And it seems like he's kind of choosing the latter. I mean, after all, he is Hercules. If there is one white man that is the pinnacle of physical appearance, it's goddamn Hercules. I can't blame him. He's been brainwashed. It's not his fault. He's, you know, he didn't choose Hercules. Hercules chose him. You know, or at least 6 or 7 executives did when they didn't expect him to be such a political psycho. So, life is kind of crazy right now for everybody, man. Oh my God! Yeah, Kevin Sorbo. You'll get a good laugh. You will get a good laugh. I think I might even plug in a couple tweets from Kevin Sorbo in this. That's not true. I'm lazy with editing, so you're just gonna have to deal with me looking at you, or listen to the podcast. Listen to the podcast. Only audio. It's nice. I have a very soothing voice, even though my voice just cracked. Oh man, yeah, man. This is why you're here, though. Because I bring up the important issues, all right? I watch the news, and I read the Twitters, so you don't have to. So that you can just be some weird red stater who stumbles upon a young black man's podcast. And then you get to decide what your world is. That's why I'm here, man. I watch all the news, man. I was just watching something that they were saying that a large asteroid is being studied as a potential threat to the Earth, which is good, I guess. I mean, honestly, I would say, before I'd probably be like, oh, fuck this, fuck that, whatever. But now after watching the Netflix movie Don't Look Up, I'm just thankful they're even monitoring it. Yeah, man, it's gotta drive me nuts. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie or not. The movie Don't Look Up is hysterical. I thought it was fucking hilarious, but I have a very dark sense of humor. It's a satire starring Jennifer Lawrence and Leonardo DiCaprio, and basically the story is a giant asteroid is heading towards Earth, and that's it. The government is shitty. The world is shitty. It's basically the first 10 minutes of all those doomsday movies from the 90s. Remember Armageddon and shit? Like, it's basically the first 10 minutes of Armageddon, but instead of, like, Bruce Willis and all these people getting together and changing things and making their point to destroy this fucking thing, nothing happens. And everybody just goes home, and it goes through the political pipelines of bullshit, and it gets politicized rather than it just being a thing that needs to be taken care of, and we all die. I would say spoilers, but if you know what this country is, you already kind of guessed what the end of the movie would be. That being said, sorry. Okay? Sorry. All right? Good movie. Very, very good movie. There's a lot more dynamics in the movie, and I think it's one of those movies where, like, it is a satire, but it's kind of in that, like, indie vein of just, like, you can know everything that happens about it, but you still won't know the movie. Does that make sense? It's almost like The Lobster, right? I have a million fucking friends. All my beret-wearing, cuckold, socialist friends were telling me about The Lobster, all right, while they smoke a cigarette through one of those holders that's super long, and they take a puff talking about, David Lynch. They were telling me about The Lobster, and yeah, they're like, oh, it's the movie where, if you don't find the right mate, you get turned into a different animal, and blah, 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 blah. They told me the whole thing, and you watch the movie, and even though you know what's happening or what could happen, it still doesn't affect how you watch it. And I would say Don't Look Up is very, very much like that. So please go check it out. It's a very good movie, and I think it's one of those movies, I would say don't watch it before bed, though, because it sits with you. It's so realistic to what the world is, I think, that it really, really sits with you. And I'll be honest, it was hard for me to go to sleep after that movie. It was very, very difficult for me to just, like, turn my brain off after that movie. So, watch it at noon. Give yourself some time. Give it a breather. Very in the vein of Dr. Strangelove, as my other socialist cuckold friends have told me as well, too, which I still need to check out. I still need to watch that movie. But, yeah, watch it. I think there's a lot of really, like, important stuff that's being, like, put out as far as art these days, and this is one of those things. So please give that shit a try. And I think that's it, man. I think that's the end of Dropping Giving 20 with Phil Riston. I am Phil Riston. Go watch a movie. Go see Spider-Man if you want to. That's a good one. I won't spoil that one, okay? Because that's more important than the philosophical question of the U.S.'s political infighting. Okay? So I won't ruin that one. I'll spoil the intellectual movie, but I will not spoil Spider-Man. Okay? Because he may be a menace, but he makes a good fucking movie. I'll tell you that much. All right, guys. I'll see you later. That's been Drop and Give Me 20 with Phil Risden. I am Phil Risden. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you're on YouTube. And make sure to leave a nice little review and a nice little 5-star rating if you're listening to this anywhere podcasts are. All right. Peace. Have a good one.